I'm just going to reintroduce a friend who was here visiting last week, Joe Kavanaugh. Joe is the president of the Rotary Club in Fredericksburg, and he is very happily also the retired director of the Pacific War Museum in Fredericksburg. I'll let him comment on his joy of being retired. So this is Joe Kavanaugh.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to be here for this program. I'm going to start by giving you all a snapshot of what we're talking about here so that I can turn this over to Professor Ishiwi and he can show you what is going on with his research. So we're talking about a dispute that's going on between China and Japan since 1970. And it's gotten really more and more heated the last 12 years. And so Stephanie's going to be handling the slideshow. So we're talking about the Senkaku Islands. Who's been there? I'm not surprised. I'll show you why nobody's been there. Including Kyokyo Island and other islands are the focus of global attention. Where and what are the Senkaku Islands? This is Asia, of course, and Japan. Taiwan is down here. China's over here. South Korea, North Korea. Now you see this is all light shaded blue. And that's because this is what's called the East China Sea. And then here it's very dark because Google Earth is very good with their satellite photographs by showing the ocean topography, and the ocean shelf drops off deeply right around here. And these dots here are called the Ryukyu Islands. The Ryukyu Islands. The biggest of which on this end is Nagasaki, and it connects on this end to Taiwan across that shelf. Next slide. We're going to look at this area here now. We just blew up this area where we show Taiwan, and this line demarks property that's totally controlled by Japan in theory, and this is Taiwan over here. Now we're going to zoom in again to this square. Next slide. And these are the Senkaku Islands. And the reason nobody's been there is because these are little tiny dots in the ocean. The total square miles of all 5 islands and 3 rocks together is 2.7 square miles. 2.7 square miles in the middle of the ocean. They're uninhabited. One of them could be inhabited because it's got water, but there's no reason to be there. And this is what the fight is all about, is these. Next slide. The evolution of the current status of Ryukyu Islands were recognized as part of Japan in documents between the Emperor of Japan and the Dutch East India Company. And Professor Ishiwi's found documents all the way back into the 17th century proving this. Well known by other European nations. Japan began formal administration of the Senkaku Islands in 1895. Beginning in 1945, the United States occupied Okinawa and they controlled the Ryukyu and Senkaku Islands. In 1969, the U.S. expressed an intention to hand over the occupied territories, including the disputed islands, to Japan. Ownership of the Senkaku Islands was undisputed until 1970, when both China and Taiwan objected. So this is the beginning of the objection. They claimed that the disputed islands were given to Japan in the Treaty of Shimonoseki in 1895 and should therefore be returned to Taiwan because at the end of World War II, all previous treaties that were considered unequal were supposed to be terminated. They believe this includes the 1895 Treaty, but the United States does not agree, and neither does anybody else. So both China and Taiwan have made formal announcements of their claims in 1971. And so we have turned, in 72, the United States turned over these islands to Japan. Next slide. Why is China trying to claim these uninhabited islands? Because in 1968, 2 scientists in Japan announced that under that shelf they think there's oil. This is all about oil. And the UN Convention, the law gives a 200 nautical mile exclusive economic zone and sovereignty over the seabed next to any area that a company controls. Well, China is 290 miles from the Senkaku Islands. They've got no ownership of these. They're trying to claim these islands, so they have control of that whole area, which would give them control of the East China Sea halfway to mainland Japan. So it's a very big issue for the two countries. So so this is the basic outline of why the tensions are there. And an analysis by the U.S. Congressional Research Bureau reports, this is in 2016, the flare-ups run the risk of involving the United States in an armed conflict in the region. We are committed to Japan to protect all of their areas by treaty, starting in 1960, when we they developed the Self-Defense Force, reinforced in 1972 by this agreement, specifically the Senkaku Islands were included as administration by Japan to be protected by the United States military. So if they get into an armed conflict, we're going to be in an armed conflict over these little dots in the middle of the ocean. And that's why Professor Ishii's research is so very, very important. So now I get to introduce Professor Ishii to you. Professor Nozomi Ishii is a very busy man. Since 2009, he has served as Associate Professor of Comparative Literature at Nagasaki Junsen Catholic University, and he's an expert in East Asian civilization. He also serves as a member of the Investigative Committee of the Senkaku Peace Foundation Center for Island Studies. In addition, since 2016, he has served as a special researcher for the research team, Cabinet Secretariat Commissioned Research Project of the Senkaku Islands-related documents. He advises the Japanese Congress, their national diet, on these issues. While he carries all these titles, as I've had a chance to work with him since the big weekend, I've come to understand Professor Ishii is also a very good historian. His research and understanding of Japanese and Chinese historic documents, his ability to write the narrative of these documents has the potential to make the world a safer place. All we need to do is to help spread the word. Now, today he's going to present something to you that he did not present to the Rotary Club on Monday in Fredericksburg. There he focused on two documents that he found, but while he was preparing those, and he was in Great Britain in The Hague last week, presenting and doing more research, the Japanese government formally published, finally, a research report that he'd been working on for 6 years with his original research that shows a new document that nobody's ever seen before. It was just published Friday, so now he can formally talk about it. So you're the first audience in the world to see this document and what it means. Professor Ishii.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm very glad to be invited here. My English is not good. I only talk about my handout. Now I start speaking. 6 years ago, my research found a historic document that proves that China, during the Ming Kingdom, admitted that their border did not include the Senkaku Islands. Please see the map. On the left is continent of China, Ming Kingdom, and Taiwan, and here Senkaku Island, and here very small Toyu Island is important, and west is navigation route, go to Okinawa, midway here, Senkaku Island. The Japanese government had just published the result of that research. The newest report of Cabinet Secretariat commissioned research team on Senkaku Island, publication date 14th September 2018, last Friday. Today, from my personal translation, date 19th September 2018. In the page 37, document number 12, this report says the coastal defense range of the Ming Kingdom remained within the coastal water of the continent, not including the Senkaku Island. This shows the border is defined by 6 islands that I have marked on the map. 6 islands. This one, 6 island line. And then, please.
Next line.
Yes. Veritable record of the Ming King, Hominjitsu, or Huaminsu in Mandarin Chinese, is a veritable record of successive kings which was recorded and compiled by the Ming Kingdom. Jitsu refers to a record that puts a main focus on the achievement of one king and contains various political, social, and economic events under his rule, recorded in chronological order. Hominjitsu 700 volumes. Today, matter concerning 1617, 400 years ago. Overview of matters. A document recorded in 1617 regarding a dialogue between Kan Chuyo and Akashi Doi. Kan Chuyo was the deputy commissioner of the Sea Coast, refers to the Inspector General of the Coastal Defense and Foreign Affairs from Hokkien Province of the Ming Kingdom. Akashi Doi was a sub officer for the local administrator at Nagasaki, who was dispatched from Nagasaki to Hokkien Province. On the left is the port of Nagasaki. According to the report, Kan Chuyo firstly listed 6 islands located at the outer edge of the coastal defense range around the coast of Hokkien Province, and then stated that the vast sea outside of this line is a sea shared among the civilized country and barbarian country. Considering the fact that Toyo Island, Gongpong, now today Mako Island, is an island located in the westernmost of the Senkaku west to east road. The above statement can be understood as a near official announcement from the Hokkien Province authority of the Ming Kingdom to the emissary of Japanese government that all of the routes in the water surrounding the Senkaku Island were located outside of the coastal defense range of the Ming Hokkien Province authority. Thus, this document extremely clearly indicates that geographically, the island line located far west of the Senkaku Island, this island line, Island 10, was the limit line of the Ming Kingdom coastal defense range. Historical context. Since its foundation in the late 14th century, the Ming Kingdom implemented the sea ban policy, prohibited private trade, in order to counter the activities of Japanese pirates called wako, Japanese pirates. Trade based on the Japanese Red Sail permit system using Red Sail ships, Shuin-sen, began to be conducted in the end of the 16th century. Shuin-sen. On the left is Shuin-sen postage stamp. However, Ming Kingdom treated the Red Sail ships as wako for Japanese pirates. And for that reason, the Red Sail ships were not allowed to approach or anchor on the continental coast of the Ming Kingdom. Due to such a situation, there were only a few cases in which Japanese emissaries managed to have direct negotiations with the authority of the Ming Kingdom. One of those few cases was the incident of Foyu Hokkien, happened from 1616 through to 1670. That is described in this document. Murayama Towa, the local administrator at Nagasaki, was a famous Shuin-sen trader, the trader of the Red Sail ship. He dispatched his son, Murayama Shua, to Taiwan as a commander-in-chief of the expedition fleet in 1616. The incident of Foyu Hokkien stemmed from this expedition. Shuan sub-officer Akashi Doi anchored on Foyu Island at the Taiwan Strait. Please see the previous map. Yes, Taiwan Strait here, and Akashi Doi anchored on the island Foyu here, near to Chinese continent. Foyu is present-day Toin Island at the eastern end of the Matsu Island. Yes, this is today Toin Island. This is Taiwan flag. Now under the ruling of by Taiwan. In the following year, 1617, Akashi arrived at the coast of Hokkien province. Kanju, the Deputy Commissioner of the Sea Coast or Inspector General of the Coastal Defense and Foreign Affairs from Hokkien province, conducted an interrogation against Akashi. Kanju notified Akashi of the coastal defense policy of the Ming Kingdom. This document is a record of reporting the notification to the Ming King. And next slide is the original text handwritten. Here are island name, Tai-san, Sodan, Toru, Ukyu, Poko, and Koda, all kanji characters. Original text, direct translation. When coming to the west to conduct trade, you will be passing through the area of Sekko, Mandarin, Zhejiang province. It is the prime local administrative district of our civilized country, China. The island to the south, namely Taisan, not Taiwan, Taisan. Taisan, Sodan, Toyu, Taisan, Sodan, Toyu, Ukyu, Hodan. And in Mandarin, Taishan, Shuangshan, Dongyong, Wuqiu, Penghu, are all located within the territory of Hokkien province in our country. We will not allow you to enter the area even one step. The ocean outside the territory is important. The ocean outside the territory is shared between the civilized people and the savage people. Regarding the possibility of subjugation and mobilizing a great army, the Khan Kingdom, ancient China, will not be the first to break the current free condition. Annotation. 会所教 for shared between civilized and it means shared between civilized and savage. It refers to a particular situation of the time where the civilized people, referring here to the people of the Ming Kingdom, and the savage people, referring here to Japan, Netherlands, Spain, and Portugal, were sharing the sea freely. At that time, the Ming Kingdom paid particular attention to Japan and the Netherlands. There are no historical facts that these countries jointly managed the ocean, and it was somewhat similar to the contemporary concept of high sea. This time. This six-island line near the coast of Hokkien province had already existed as a red sail-shaped route, while at the same time it was also the front line of the Xinqi, the strategic point on the Ming Kingdom side. In the other words, it was the border of the Ming Kingdom territory, the sphere of its influence. Considering the situation at the time, there are numerous historical documents and records indicating that various countries were coming and going in the area freely. And that the military force of the Ming Kingdom actually was not strong enough to reach the six-island line. Six-island line at the continental pole. Not strong enough to reach the six-island line. Therefore, it was impossible for the Ming Kingdom to problematize the ocean outside that line. This is Toei, antique map of Toei here, and continent, Hokkien province, China. And this is Senkaku Island. The sea defense line of Hokkien coastal island chain first appeared in the fishing boat ban of 1592 by Zhao Sanlu, the Hokkien Grand Coordinate military government. This island chain also repeatedly appeared in subsequent historical documents and records, which was described as Japanese ship's route. This six-island chain was described as Japanese ship's route. Japanese ship's route refers to the places that Japanese ships such as Red Sail ships go and come through. This map, antique map, this is 4U island, one of six islands, 4U character. This sentence means this is an overseas strategic point. Many Japanese ships passed through here. This is Chinese report in 1595. So it's very clear, and I do not to say more things. Now, this completes my presentation. I will ask Yoshiro Kishida came with me to assist me now to make sure I can understand any question Thank you very much.
So we can work together on this, and I'll answer any political or modern questions, and he can answer questions about his documents. The key here is China is making their claims based on historical documents that they have parsed from all their documents and trying to make their claim based on those. And every time they turn around, Professor Xi was finding more documents proving they're wrong. So it's very, very important because this is China's whole thing is based on historical documents, proving their own documents prove they're wrong. So you're sure we can help interpret any questions you may have for him. Any questions? None? Yeah.
As I recall, history, when Japan was the aggressor in the 30s and 40s, one of their issues was their lack of oil.
Lack of oil was a serious issue.
Serious issue
Yes.
in Japan.
It still is.
Probably, and what I know a little bit about Japan, for China, it's a serious issue. They import most of their oil for all intents and purposes. Now, and that led to World War II. Is it conceivable that this aggressive stance of China would lead to World War III, continue fighting over oil, which is what their only interest in the islands are, in my understanding?
Well, and what's important for the United States is they're not only trying to claim these islands, but also they've been trying during the same period to claim some other islands in the South China Sea, which is the sea between the China coast and the Philippines, which is, and there's some islands there called the Spratly Islands. And right now, that's the really truly hot spot because the United States Navy ships, British ships, Dutch ships, and one other nation are all going through to encircle the Spratly Islands to maintain control of those so China doesn't try to do anything more there. China is also, because the Spratly Islands are even closer than Senkaku Islands, they're adding to their coastline by dumping stuff in the ocean and building closer and closer to further entrench their claim on the Spratly Islands. So there's two different island sets, and that's part of the confusion. The Hague stepped in on the Spratly Islands 2 years ago, and the commission formally announced that the Spratly Islands were going to remain in control of the Philippines with the United States backing. But the Senkaku Islands, this is a much bigger oil field potentially, and it's going to be a much bigger issue as time goes on. And oil is the key. And of course, in World War II, there was no the deep sea drilling of oil. Today there is. But this continental shelf makes it very easy to drill this area. It's not that deep. So it's similar to the Gulf of Mexico. Yes?
So I'm going to make sure I kind of have a good overview of this. China is saying that in 1895, we were forced to give these islands to Japan, and that wasn't fair, and it should be overruled. But this document is saying, no, you were never forced to give us those islands because you said they were our islands way back then, and the treaty really just was kind of outlining it still.
Well,
is that kind of an understanding of what the document shows now?
Very close, but not quite, because China wasn't saying that those are Japan's islands. They were saying the end of our area of influence is these 6 islands that are close to the coast. The rest of it is open seas for everybody to share. So they were not making any claims on that at all.
Okay.
Right?
In history, China has never claimed or control or name this island. So-called historical documents presented by China all are not true. Very clear. It's only one example.
Yes. And then China's found one example of an island where they're saying that there's an island that is east of a particular spot in Taiwan, and they're maintaining that is referring to the nearest of the Senkaku Islands, when he's proven now one of their other documents that he showed our Rotary Club the other day proves that they were talking about an island that is right attached to the near out off the coast of Taiwan, right adjacent to it. And you can actually see it from the coast. There's a walking bridge going across to that island, so close. It's in Taiwan. They're trying to maintain it. That island is referred to which is actually the Senkaku Islands. Yeah. And they never made any claims to the Senkaku Islands, and like I said, they never even named them. They had nothing to do with them at all until 1970. It was 2 years after the oil potential was announced that they got interested very much so. And China and Taiwan have agreed that these islands will be under the control of Taiwan, not of mainland China. But they're working on negotiations with mainland China right now between them and Taiwan. They will have closer ties to help control these kinds of things together. It's a very, very dicey issue for the world.
Thank you so much for coming and serving.